Hello, welcome back to my channel. Another day, another rebirth. I hope all is well. I hope you're loving yourself, and I hope you're letting yourself be loved. So we just experienced the Leo full moon. I really don't talk about astrology on here because, you know, that's not my thing. I know a little bit, but what I know is that full moon was mooning, okay? I had the urge to walk away from everything that did not serve me. Things that I've been just letting sit there and be like, we'll handle this later. And all of the things that I knew I had to sacrifice because they undermined my whole existence, my being, my ancestors, my creator. All of those things, they had to go. I've been praying for joy and for sweetness, making offerings to the Orisha, to the ancestors. Whole time they like, this on you. This is on you. How you gonna keep asking for better and you keep choosing the lesser? You keep choosing the things that don't choose you. You keep showing up in spaces. So I decided to go to the creek to offer my things to the water, because if people don't get me, the elements will, the spirits will, right? Whatever that is. And so I decided to leave my grief there, and I decided to ask for answers. Sometimes we ask for answers and they are not what we intended them to be or how we intended them to show up, which is crazy because we don't get to decide how the answers show up. And you'll be seeing these signs and you'll be like, no, that can't be for me. That can't be what that means. That can't be. Telling you to quit things that you just started. Meanwhile, you just went into a deep, fast transition, so you have to answer those callings. I know it. I know it doesn't make sense because I was just telling someone, a potential elder that I've been confiding in, that I feel like I don't get to be comfortable. I don't get to sit in my success or the changes because there's always another change. Well, if you're making changes that don't sit with your destiny or sit with your soul's purpose and all of the good things about you, of course you'll have to keep making changes. At some point, you're going to have to learn how to be still. I don't know when I'm going to release this video because I don't like putting my business out there, but I just decided I'm not going to go back to my job, the job that overworks, underpays me, undermines me, and allowed the person that sexually harassed me to still be in the building with me. The only thing I asked was like, you ain't gotta fire him, just don't put him on the schedule while I'm on the schedule or at this location. They don't give a dang. They don't care. And I decided not to care about them, or at least that establishment. I can't keep making offerings or material sacrifices and asking for things while I'm still showing up to that job because I'm scared, because I've quit jobs and I've been fired from jobs and I was unemployed for months. I mean months, not knowing what's next. And I have to remind myself that I'm prepared now. My energy is prepared. I've been trying to let these things go. I've been praying for sweetness and joy. So why wouldn't I believe that after I leave this space, I will walk into joy? I'm not telling you to quit your job. I'm making sure, I'm telling you that you're doing the things, preparing, doing the little steps to quit the things that don't serve you. I'm telling you to do the offerings, do the prayer, build the altar, cut off that friend that doesn't mean you any well. Cut off that relationship. Stop showing up in that room. Because one thing that full moon and Leo taught me as a Leo rising is that I'm that girl. And that there are people that see you're that girl, that being already. So I continue to show up to places that want to deprive you of your power. You can be praying for these things all you want, but what are you doing? What are you doing? I've said this before on this channel. Ancestors, your creator has already thrown the ball for you to make the touchdown. You just have to catch it. Are you ready to catch it? What if that ball that leads to that touchdown is a ball of sacrifices? It's a ball filled with grief, of sorrow. Are you willing to catch it? Are you willing to go through a deep transition where you're breaking up with your old self? I think that's what I'm going to title this video. I'm breaking up with my old self because she can't exist. The song that's been on my mind has been Janelle Monáe Float, because I used to walk in the room with my head down. I used to wear things and say things to distract people of who I really am and how I wanted to show up. But no more dimming my light to make people comfortable, because at the end of the day, their insecurity is not my issue. I was showing up to relationships and friendships still just because of the fact I knew that they would miss me. I knew they would be on my line asking for forgiveness. Why am I thinking about somebody else before I'm thinking about myself? Before I'm thinking about where I gotta go? I'm at point A. Everybody can't come with me to point B. And shoot, who's to say that I won't see them again at point C? But now is not the time. Now is not the time to be acting like you're not who you really are. Now's not the time to be worried about he say, she say. I had to cut some people off because they weren't showing up for me how I needed them to show up, what I need in a friendship. That's what we don't talk about boundaries and what we expect out of friendships the same way we do romantic relationships. We need to do this to friendships, to chosen family, to blood family. We need to say, hey, if you're going to have this title in my life, this is what I'm going to need for you. We don't have to guilt them about it. Say, you're not doing this, I can't continue to show up here because I'm healing from certain things. I'm gaining more wisdom, and that wisdom does not allow me to be treated like this. You gotta let them go. You gotta send them on their way, because at the end of the day, if you're holding on to something that no longer serves you, they're holding on to something that no longer serves them, or they're not getting the information that serves them. You gotta let people go so they can learn their lessons, so you can learn yours. You gotta show up. You gotta show up and shine, and walk away from the people that don't. They're not comfortable with you shining. Be okay with being disliked. I have to be okay with that. As a person who was always the scapegoat for anything that ever went wrong in my family, who was always the weirdo, the black sheep, I was not okay with being disliked. I was willing to shape shift and go into any mold to be likable. That distanced me from my true self and my purpose. Yes, I am the girl that talks a lot. I am the girl that tells truths, no matter who likes it or not. But I lay it on people gently. And there was a point where I was like, you know what? I'm just shut up. Because no matter how I say it, no one likes me. That's not my business. I'm here to tell the truth. I'm here to honor the truth. I'm here to speak my truth. And if it distances me from things and people and environments, oh well. Like I was saying earlier, I don't like telling my business, but I'm going to post this a little later when things settle. So the moment I put it out in the atmosphere and my altar to my partner that I'm not going back to that job, I kid you not. I kid you not, my candle went out on my altar and I received a congratulations email for a poetry fellowship. All you gotta do is put it out. Show them you're ready. You can't be going to the creek and the river crying and asking for things you're not ready for. You have to break up with your old ways. You have to part with the part of you that accepted crumbs for love. And that may mean walking away from a relationship or a person that you love, or bringing it up and having an uncomfortable conversation. People and things that are meant for you are willing to have uncomfortable conversations. If you love yourself, you are willing to sit in the mirror, look in the camera, and have an uncomfortable conversation. Say, yeah, you haven't been showing up the way you need to. You've been forming relationships that don't respect you because you don't really love yourself the way you should. It's time to show up and show out, my love. It's time. I'm telling you, it's time. And I believe in you. And I believe you are special. You are extraordinary. I believe that just off the rip of you finding this video. This video found you because you're on the same frequency, and it's time to show up and show out. I believe in you, and I love you. Until next time, my loves. Peace. Oh, wait, before you go, you should check out my new song. The link will be in the description. Bye.